Make sure the top's good. Make sure, see how the face looks. I don't know what's up with this freaking piece, but it will, and I guess that's gonna be there. Looks good, looks good. Check, 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 check. Let's see this thing. Hey folks, my name is Catherine. I am the girl behind VintageDisneyBound, if you didn't know. If you see me on Instagram, I am the girl who does all those collages that are like Disney bound but vintage style. Literally my Instagram name is VintageDisneyBound94. So if you want to follow me, you can. I make tons of collages for you guys of your favorite Disney characters and have inspired outfits by them. I do like Star Wars or Moana characters, or Belle, or Snow White, or Briar Rose, or Aurora. Yes, Briar Rose and Aurora are different because one is her peasant form, one is her glamorous blue, pink gown dress. So yeah, I think they're different. So anyways, that is not the topic we are talking about today. We are not talking about Disney bounding. We are talking about why I got into vintage, even though my shirt is not vintage. But I felt like wearing it because it's such, I love it. It's such a cool top. It has like Mickey heads on it and it's mint green. I love mint green. If you couldn't tell, my walls are kind of mint green. So yeah, I'm obsessed with mint green. Also, do you ever have a pimple that itches so bad? I have one right here. I'm like, oh, I can't stop like touching it, and I want to itch it, and it just like bugs me. Like poison. I'm like poison oak. That sounded really weird the way I said it the first time. So yeah, I would just love this top. So, but even though my hair is vintage and my face is vintage, like my top is not, but I thought it was really cute, so now I wanted to wear it today. So yeah. And today was my first day back to school. So yeah. So anyways, the first time I got into vintage was while actually wearing vintage clothing. Well, vintage inspired clothing was back in 2013, so 4 years ago, I believe so. I believe that's really when I really got into it. That's when I bought my first dress, and yeah, I bought a dress from, I think it was Charlie Roos, and it was a halter top polka dot dress that had like a fake petticoat underneath it. And that was my first inspired vintage dress that I ever wore. So yeah, 4 years ago I got into vintage. I did not wear vintage clothing throughout high school or anything like that. I got into it when I got into college. Personally, I was trying to find my style in high school. I didn't really know what it was. And yeah, so I was trying to find that. I did have some like modern clothing that resembled vintage clothing and such, but I didn't really do the full ensemble like I do now. Sometimes I don't even do it right now, like today. Like I have the shirt and I have a skirt that matches it, and my hair is done like it. But I didn't even do my hair like this in high school. I did do my bag kind of like this. Like they didn't have this poof. They definitely had like the 80s poof or the 90s poof that I used to do. But my hair usually just stayed straight because I was too lazy to do it. I didn't really wear any makeup in high school. I was really very insecure in high school, and I really did not care about myself. If you guys don't know, I am suicidal. It does not mean I will kill myself suicide, that I just have suicidal thoughts. If you want to check out my whole story, if you want to check out my whole backstory about that, I will leave a video here so you guys can check that out. I did a little video on my second channel which I did fitness, and I don't really do fitness, but I show my motivation of fitness, and I try to get other people motivated for fitness. I don't really do fitness videos, like I don't do workout videos or anything, but I do more motivational stuff for you guys. But that's what all I really want to do, is I want to do something motivational on my second channel, because no one was really there for me when I was trying to get into fitness, and I know what it sucks. I know what it feels like to have a mental health problem, and try to find something that helps you through that. Working out helps me through that, So yeah, so in high school I was very insecure. I'm suicidal. I have suicidal thoughts. It comes and goes. I have been, I've always had this about me. It's not just like it happens like it's not like it happens like once a while. It happens like twice a week, 3 times a week, every night sometimes. It's not just like it like comes and goes, like it's just, oh, once here, once there, once there. No, it's so many times in a week. It's but it's a lot better. I say it's 70% better since I got into working out. It's my escape route to it, put off the pressure, put off the stress of it. Today is actually a good day for me. I am feeling very good today. Today's a good day. The trouble I have is I'm one of those people that start thinking before I go to bed. So I always try to do my workouts before I go to bed, so it helps relieve that stress. So going back to high school. So yeah, I was this very secure chick during high school. I'll put up a picture now. So that was me in high school. As you can tell, I was very chunky. I did not wear a lot of makeup. The most makeup I ever wore was my graduation or like parties and such. I wore foundation, I wore blush, I wore powder, I wore eyeliner, I wore mascara. I didn't really do my brows. I kind of filled them in a little bit, but I didn't really know how to do brows because no one really showed me how to do it. Like, I picked up makeup by myself. My mom really didn't teach me. In 7th grade, I used to wear this like blue eyeshadow. So I used to have this totally 70s vibe with this makeup. I used to wear blue eyeshadow and then like eyeliner that was like pencil eyeliner. I hate pencil eyeliner now. I only wear it on like my bottom lash line. I prefer gel or liquid eyeliner now. But as in saying, I try to find myself. It wasn't until after high school that I actually found myself and found my true style that I absolutely love. I fell in love with vintage style, like going from the 20s to the early 60s. I cannot say anything about the late 60s, the 70s, or the 80s. Those are the ones I absolutely hate. I cannot stand, but that's my personal preference. You may like that, but for me, I personally do not like the late 60s, 70s, or 80s. 90s are okay, but I don't really care for the 90s either. 90s are hit and miss for me. Some things I do like, some things I do not like. So yeah. I don't really wear, like expensive vintage style, like pinup clothing, or like stuff from Etsy, or all these other like $100, $200 dresses. No. I go on AliExpress.com. I find these vintage dresses that are marked down, they're cheaper, and surprisingly, I found some really good ones that have really good fabric with them. I also found some like 3 dresses that I absolutely love the cut out of it. I just hate the fabric of it. So 3 dresses out of a bazillion dresses that I have. So I have my vintage dresses go from here all the way down to that wall. Like that wall goes down to my closet. So that was, I have like, I don't know how many dresses, I've lost track how many vintage dresses I have, but I have like a bazillion. That's what I'm going to say, a bazillion dresses. So out of a bazillion dresses that I have, that's pretty good for finding that on that website. I do recommend the website if you're looking for a cheaper way to afford vintage style dresses. It does take a little bit longer in the shipping, but it is an Asian company. It's kind of like China and Japan and such. But personally, I don't mind the extra shipping as long as I get my $20 dress that I'm paying for and it's actually good fabric. Some of the dresses you guys have seen, like from my DisneyBounds, actually are from AliExpress. Like, like the Peter Pan one, or I found that skirt that I did for the formal Lumiere was from AliExpress. Like that gold skirt back there, and some of those skirts back there too are from AliExpress. Also that white corset that I wore for my Ilanwi DisneyBound with the white corset and the pink skirt, those are from AliExpress. But yeah, so why did I get into vintage style clothing? Well, it was kind of for my boyfriend, kind of for me. So part of it is my boyfriend, part of it is me. My boyfriend loves the vintage clothing style. He loves the vintage clothing. So with me, we're very old souls when it comes to vintage. But he goes way further back than mine. He does like more of the 40s style dresses and such, but I only have like 2 and they're 40s style. I don't really care for the bodycon 40 dresses. I will do the 50 dresses where they are circle skirts and everything. I love like it curves out my curves here and then it flares out. I love those. So the fit and flare dresses are my favorite dresses. And I've always worn fit and flare dresses my whole life. I absolutely love fit and flare dresses because I love how it like makes my boobs look good, but I always hated my stomach area. I was always self-conscious of my stomach area. I still am. So I love how it flares out right. Like it gives a little definition there. Like it has like a little belt, you know, like usually belts get a definition there. And then it flares out so it doesn't give too much of like a notice to the stomach area. So I absolutely always love fit and flare dresses. Those are my favorite, and that's why I like the 50s clothing better. I do own like one 20s inspired dress, the flapper dress. I believe I did that for another Lumiere bound. I haven't done a video on it, but I know I did a collage on it. If I find it, I'll post it now. If I don't find it, then I will leave a link below for it. I'm sure I will find it sooner or later. But yeah, so like vintage style is, I've always loved old time. Okay, so part of it is for my boyfriend because he likes old timey stuff and is an old soul like me. Going back to my style, the part of it is for me. I always loved old classy timey stuff. Like I love old movies, like classic old movies. I don't mean 80s or 90s movies like some people think are like old movies. No, I am talking about like 40s movies, silent movies, 50s movies, Doris Day movies, James Dean, Frank Sinatra, Jane Russell movies, Marilyn Monroe movies, Charlie Chaplin movies. I love all those movies. I grew up on those movies. I grew up listening to that style of music because of my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mom all love that style. Each of them do have a different style of music they do. Like my great-grandmother loves like the swing music. My grandmother loves more of the 60s beachy type music. My mom both grew up on those style of music, so she has more of a combination of both. Like me, I had more combination of both, but I go from like the 20s to the early 60s. My boyfriend only goes from the 20s to like the early 50s, so he has a very closed mind of that. I do like the beachy tone of the 60s, like the early 60s, late 50s music, because I love the Beach Boys and such. My boyfriend despises 60s music, so we have a little conflict there. I cannot speak the good English there. So yeah. By the way, that was a joke if you guys caught that. So yeah, I always love old timey stuff. I just never had like the courage to get into it. My boyfriend kind of pushed me to get into it when we got together. But yeah, my first dress, it was an inspired dress. It was from Charlotte Russe. And then I got another dress that was like it. No, sorry, the Charlotte Russe one was like the little polka dot one where it had like the folded collar and it was like a V-neck and then it like fit in flare and then it had a belt with it. The halter top one with the big circles that I've shown you guys in my favorites, my favorite dresses that I have that I own, and that's just half of the vintage dresses that I own. If you guys saw that video. The big polka dots with the fake tulle skirt underneath is from Hot Topic. So I first got the Charlotte Russe inspired one, and then I got the Hot Topic inspired vintage dress. So they're more like modern vintage, so they're very retro like. They're still modern, but they still have that vintage style, so it's like hot, very much modern vintage or retro or vintage inspired, all of that, whatever you want to call it. So those are my first 2 dresses I ever got into, and then I started looking online. I started doing my Pinterest craze. I started getting to that, seeing what I liked, what I didn't like, what patterns I liked with it. And then for a long time I stopped looking because I just can't afford this. I just can't afford this. And then I was on Facebook browsing and I saw this ad for AliExpress.com. I'm like, okay, let's see what this is. So I clicked on it, saw what it's about. I'm like, oh, these are pretty good prices. These are very good prices. Then I saw comments. I'm like, oh, it's gonna take a lot longer. Let's see how this first one goes. So my first dress I ever got, I don't remember. It was the my Dapper Day Jessica Rabbit inspired dress. I will show it now, so you guys can see. That red dress was my first ever shopping experience from AliExpress, and I absolutely love it. It became a Dapper Day bound for me because that Dapper Day bound was very last minute. I did like a month and a month. I did a month preparing for that. Unlike now where I'm preparing like several months in advance, which I'm doing right now. If you guys don't know, I'm gender bending as Gaston for Dapper Day this year. Hopefully I get to go. There may be a little conflict, but I still have it just in case I do go. If I don't go, then I'll just use it as a Disney bound for like a regular day for like school or something. Or like maybe the Dapper Day in the spring. Maybe I'll use it for them too. But yeah, so I'm doing Gaston and it's August, and I've been playing since June, and the thing's not till November. So yeah, that tells you I'm planning ahead. I'm getting all my stuff together just in case I want to switch it up at last minute. So I have plan A, and then if I want to switch it up, I have plan B. And then if I want to go further, like if I decide a month before, the whole thing is I buy a whole new outfit and thing, that would be plan C. So I have plan A and plan B already. I want to do two things. One is Gaston, one is Nala. You guys seen my Nala bound before. I've done it on here. Yeah, and some of the shoes that I wear too are from AliExpress, and they're only like 20 bucks. So if you guys don't want to like spend a lot of money, I just totally recommend going to AliExpress.com. If you don't mind the extra waiting time for the shipping, as I said, it is an Asian company. It is coming from like China or Japan, so it's going to be a little bit longer. I think it's about 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks from when it's about 2 weeks from when it ships. But also some of the items do take longer, but that's still like every other company. Some items do take longer than other items. I'm not sure. Maybe they got out of stock at the last minute and they have to reorder it and then they have to send it out again. You know, stuff like that. But yeah. And I'm smelling my candle. Over there I have pumpkin nutmeg pie candles going right now from Candy Light. Oh my god, it's like making me die for it to be fall already. I want it to be fall already. Anyways, that is why I got Vintage Style. It's partially my boyfriend, partially me. You guys, if you are trying to get into Vintage Style, I definitely recommend do your research and find out what you like. I found out what I liked. I did my whole Pinterest craze thing. I do have a Pinterest board. If you guys want to see it, I'll link it below so you guys see what I went through and everything. I have makeup, hair, dresses on there, all of it. And I'm planning a vintage and Disney style wedding, which is going to happen not soon. I'm waiting to get my degree first, which is going to take about 2 years. So about in 3 years, I will have my vintage and Disney style wedding. But yeah, I'm going to add a little vintage touches there and a little Disney touches there. So that should be exciting. I'm already planning for it because I want to be ahead. I want to be prepared. I'll change my mind last minute. I'm not sure, but that's what I want now. I used to be just Disney for my whole wedding, but then I added the vintage style when I got into vintage more. So I say if you're struggling to find your own style, try new things. Try something different. Like mix in a little something with your usual casual day outfit. Like if you have a printed shirt and jeans, try like a bold lip with it. Like try an orange lip or like try black lipstick. Like I posted on Facebook the other day me doing a goth makeup, and that's totally out of my comfort zone, but I absolutely loved it. I'm thinking about doing a 90s grungy goth makeup look soon, so if you guys want to see that, please give a thumbs up or comment below if you want to see that. I absolutely loved it, and I will show you some good deals on the makeup that I use. Some of it's just $1. So yeah, I'm definitely always looking for a deal, and I want to help you guys look for the deals too. That's why I'm here. I'm here so you guys can get deals like me. And not have to spend a crap ton of money on everything like some people do. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. If you test it out and it's good and it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, try something else. Don't give up. Always try something different. If it works for you, it may not work for you, but don't give up and always try something different. Anyways, I will see you all on Sunday for another video. Bye, Phils.